Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Brajjana Ranjana Jaya Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Brajjana Ranjana Jaya Jamna Tira Vanachari Jamna Tira Vanachari Jamna Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Radhe Jaya Radha. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सहस्रमत हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय श्री श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र भगवान की जय। जय श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। जय श्रील प्रभुपाद जी की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6th, Chapter 19, and Shloka number 4, text 4. So, from first text to text 3, there is no purport, and in the text 4 there is purport. So we'll repeat verse 1. We'll do verse 1, repeat. And fourth we have to do. Yeah. Read. Okay. So I'll just read first, second, third, and then fourth. Text 1. Brata punsabhavam brahman bhavata yadudiritam tasya veditum ichhami ena vishnu prasidati. Translation. Maharaj Parikshit said, "My dear Lord, you have already spoken about the Punsavan now. Now I want to hear about it in detail. For I understand that by observing this vow, one can please the Supreme Lord Vishnu." Text 2 and 3. Sri Shuka Uvacha Sukle Margas Sire Pakshe Yoshid Bhartur Anugyaya Arabheta Vratam Idam Sarva Kamikam Aditah Nishamya Marutam Janma Brahmanan Anumritab Cha Snatva Sukla Dati Sukle Vasitalankritam Vare Pujayat Pratarashat Prag Bhagavantantam Sriyasaha. Translation. Sukdev Goswami said, on the first day of the bright fortnight of the month of Agrahayana, November-December, following the instructions of her husband, a woman should begin this regulative devotional service with a vow of penance, for it can fulfill all one's desires. Before beginning the worship of Lord Vishnu, the woman should hear the story of how the Maruts were born. Under the instruction of qualified Brahmanas, in the morning she should wash her teeth, bathe, and dress herself with white cloth and ornaments. And before taking breakfast, she should worship Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi. Text 4. We can repeat. Alam te nirapekshaya purnakam namostu te mahabhibhuti pataye namah sakal siddhaye. Alam te nirapekshaya purnakam namostu te mahabhibhuti pataye namah sakala siddhaye. Alam te nirapekshaya purnakam namostu te mahabhibhuti pataye namah sakala siddhaye. Alam te nirapekshaya mahabhibhuti pataye sakala siddhaye. Alam te nirapekshaya purnakam namostu te mahabhibhuti pataye namah sakala siddhaye. Alam te nirapekshaya purnakam namostu te mahabhibhuti pataye नमः सकल सिद्धये। माताजी। अलम ते निरपेक्षाय पूर्णकाम नमोस्तुते। महाविभूति पतये नमः सकल सिद्धये। Word to word meaning. Alam, enough. Te, to you. Nirapekshaya, indifferent. Purnakama, O Lord, whose desire is always fulfilled. Namaha, obeisances. Astu, may there be. Te, unto you. Mahavibhuti, of Lakshmi. Pataye, unto the husband. Namaha, obeisances. Sakal Siddhaye, unto the master of all mystic perfections. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. She should then pray to the Lord as follows. My dear Lord, you are full in all opulences, but I do not beg you for opulence. I simply offer my respectful obeisances unto you. You are the husband and master of Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, who has all opulences. Therefore, you are the master of all mystic yoga. I simply offer my obeisances unto you. Purport. A devotee knows how to appreciate the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Eva Vasishyate. The personality of Godhead is perfect and complete. And because He is completely perfect, all emanations from Him, such as this phenomenal world, are perfectly equipped as complete wholes. Whatever is produced of the complete whole is also complete in itself, because He is the complete whole. Even though so many complete units emanate from Him, He remains the complete balance. Therefore, to take shelter of the Supreme Lord is required. Whatever a devotee needs will be supplied by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Tesam nityabhyuktanam yogakshamam bahamiham. Therefore, a pure devotee will not ask anything from the Lord. He simply offers the Lord his respectful obeisances, and the Lord is prepared to accept whatever the devotee can secure to worship Him. Even patram pushpam phalam toyam, a leaf, flower, fruit or water. There is no need to artificially exert oneself. It is better to be plain and simple, and with respectful obeisances offer to the Lord whatever one can secure. The Lord is completely able to bless the devotee with all opulences. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagan Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagan Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishbhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. First of all, I would like to seek blessings from all the devotees, especially the senior devotees, to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is a spotless Purana, and so many deep secrets, mysteries are there in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and I seek blessings that they get revealed to me and all of us in due course of time. Thank you. As the context, we are seeing that the explanation of Pumsavan Vrat that was given to Diti in the last chapter, and Parikshit Maharaj, he asks the question that since this Vrata is satisfying Lord Vishnu, so please describe in detail what this Vrata is. So in the last chapter, while I was listening and also I was thinking, so what is this Vrata? How is this satisfying Lord Vishnu? And how the changes, the transformation happened, what this Vrata is all about. Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra Bhagwan ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baldev Sudra Maharani ki jai, Shri Gaur Nitai Bhagwan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So this is a little, when we first heard about this Vrata in the last chapter, it appeared to me like it is very similar to Karma Kanda. Kashyap Muni, he is instructing Diti that you do this, you don't do this. In the evening, you don't go out, you don't sleep with other ladies, don't be naked, and you after eating you have to wash hands, and don't do this. It's like so many things he is telling how to execute this Vrata, and it very much looks similar to Karma Kanda. Do this, don't do this, do that. And if certain things are not right, then you will not get the result also. That looks like Karma Kanda is specified like that. In earlier in school, I read one story of Prem Chandra. There was one story. Karma Kanda, I was trying to relate that somehow one woman kills the cat, and then there was so much talk about that. What is going to happen? She is going to undergo so many. It will incur so many sins. What will happen? Then Brahmana is called. Then he specifies that you have to donate a cat made of gold, and then you have to donate to the Brahmana. And it was very costly. It was. And if you do the certain process, then it's all right. Otherwise, you won't reap the benefit. In the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukdev, Parikshit Maharaj asks this question. He asks, Sukdev Goswami asks, what is the remedy? Previously, in the 5th canto and last chapter, different types of narakas, they are explained. And Parikshit Maharaj asks, if it looks like all the people are going to these places only. The current situation, it looks like everyone is, whatever people are doing, they are going there only. So in response to that, Sukdev Goswami prescribes different methods. One of the methods, he tells, Karma Kanda is one of the methods. Ritualistic ceremonies, if performed, as people do sins, and then their rectification is they do some Karma Kanda. And by that they get rectified. The sins go away. But again, Parikshit Maharaj asks, but sins are gone. What about the sinful tendency? Again, the person will perform the sins. The example is like of a thief. He gets caught and then he is put behind bars. He comes out of the bar, and again he indulges in the same kind of activity. So what has happened by prayashchit? By karma kanda, how the tendency has not been rectified. So again the person will do the same kind of things. That the same thing will happen. So in response to that, Sukdev Goswami becomes very much pleased by the question of Parikshit Maharaj, that he has got the underpinning point. So he tells that by chanting the holy names, the holy name is going to eradicate not only the sinful things, but also the sinful tendencies also. The holy name is going to do that. And so it looks very not convincing. How just by chanting holy name and it's going to eradicate all kinds of problems. It looks not so convincing. So it looks so simple that by chanting this, what will happen, and by that, what will happen, so that this will go. So by the contact of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not just some kind of inert object. He is a conscience. He is a conscient living being. So he can influence. He can change. He is within us. He is within the mind. He is the soul of the soul. He is the super soul. He knows about everything. Everything outside, everything inside. He is within. He is without. So he is conscious. So in his contact, when someone comes, then he starts acting also. By Bhagavad Gita shloka, ye yathamam prapadyante tams tatha bhajamyam. So as one approaches, similarly, with the same attitude, the Lord approaches. So it sometimes occurs to me that how by some ritualistic ceremonies, by actions, by performing devotional service, I read that people will have knowledge. The devotional service is param gohyam. How by doing some activities one will get knowledge. So I thought, people get knowledge like that in ordinary kind of things also. When someone performs some activity, so a boy is there, he learns by going with his father performing the activities, he learns. He learns how to do that activity. When he does more, he knows about that actions more. How? Then he knows even more. Then he knows even more about the personality. So when we interact with the Supreme Lord, we are taught how to serve the Supreme Lord. The ways and means, the external things may look very trivial, but they are very powerful, because it allows us to contact the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is not some object. When we contact with the deities of the Supreme Lord, it's not simple some matter or some object. He's a conscious living being there. He's observing our moods. He's observing our services, and then he reciprocates also. It is amazing that Srila Prabhupada, when he went to Australia first time, so there were devotees there, and he gave the deities to them, and they had their own ideas of worshipping the deities. And Srila Prabhupada was thinking, I'm handing over the deities to these Malekshas, and I don't have time. And when Srila Prabhupada went away, and the second time he came, the standards were so much improved. People had idea of how to worship the Supreme Lord. Although it will not be complete, there would be need of the Shastras, more instructions and guidance. But still, by serving the Lord in the form of the deities, there was some transformation. There was some knowledge. There was some interaction. And by serving more and more, one gets to know the more and more personal aspects of the Lord. It is also amazing that the general course of action, when a devotee is serving the Lord, then he gets purified. Then he has to go and take part in some location where the Supreme Lord has taken his avatar, and there is pastime going on. He has to take some training there also, and then he goes back to the Godhead. And again, I heard that in some lectures that when some pujari is there, someone is serving very, very closely to the Supreme Lord in the form of the deities, he gets to understand how the deities are, what are their moods, and how they reciprocate. And for him, there is no need, or it's not needed that he undergoes another training in the company of the associates of the Lord. He simply directly goes to the Supreme Lord. So how does this happen? This is happening because of the contact of the Supreme Lord. By serving, by devotional service, the knowledge is intact there, already there. Within the actions, the knowledge are there. As it is said in Bhagavad Gita also, that within the actions, the knowledge is there. And by the actions, the knowledge gets transferred. Person becomes more and more knowledgeable about the existence of the Supreme Lord, about his features, his personal aspects. Not only that, he gets to know more and more about other things also. Other things means about himself also. And other things means about the material world also. He gets to know the information. He gets the information. The Supreme Lord arranges for him. He gives the knowledge from within. He gives some knowledge from outside also. For the devotee, he is so much compassionate, and he is reciprocating with the deity, with the devotee. So the question is, so the Supreme Lord is full. Om Purnamada Purnamidam. But we experience some incompleteness. Here it is told that Supreme Lord has made everything full in itself. And this universe is also full in itself. It has its own arrangements. All kinds of arrangements are made in this universe. There are cycles. One thing is utilized, converted into another thing gets utilized, then converted into another thing, and the original thing also is restored. Then this cycle is getting completed. We learnt in Sri Ishopanishad, there is water cycle. The water gets evaporated from the sun, then again it comes down as rain. The water is recycled. Other things are also there, all the matters, Prithvi, Agni, Jal, Vayu, Akash. All these are again and again recycled. The nature is recycling it again and again. And all the arrangements are there. The heat is there, the cold is there, this is there, that is there. One thing, heat is also required, cold is also required. And all kinds of arrangements are there. And there's so much variety. There is so much arrangements for the sustenance of the life. So in the universe there is sustenance, and it is complete in itself. To some extent we are able to understand. There are different living beings, all have their importance. Ecology is there. Every living being is important. So some things are told like that. We need preservation of species. While I was a child, I was wondering why the preservation. If some species goes, what's the problem? Things will go on. Someone dies, okay. Some species are not there. So some explanation was given. Deer is not there, then there will be some problem. The tigers will not be there, then there will be some other problem like that, and the vegetation will grow so much, and it will be another problem. So it's a balance, and the cycle is made. One is dependent on another is another. There is food cycle also. So all the arrangements are made in such a way that it's complete in itself. It's the whole thing, the whole system is. And for us also, we are also made as complete whole. All the arrangements have been given in the body. As soon as the body is formed, all the arrangements are also formed with the body. All what will be required for the body to sustain till the end of the life, one will get, certainly. He works or does not work, he has to get. If it does not work, then certain situations will arise, then he has to work. And if he works in a wrong way, then certain situations arise, then till the point he is going to live, all arrangements are already there. One may worry too much, one may not worry at all, whatever with the mental conditions or the physical situations, but the arrangements are there. How it will be there? That is a problem to us, because we are so much ignorant about what's going to happen, what's there, what's not there. In this scenario also, when Lord Indra came to know that Dithi is performing so much some sacrifice, and the person who is going to come next, he is going to kill me. So he becomes so much so much he becomes in worry. He's worrying so much. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? And he decides uh, to do some devotional service. not Not directly. His intention was not of doing devotional service. Diti's intention also was not of doing devotional service, but they both were engaged in devotional service by some arrangements. So the Lord's arrange. I was telling that I jumped to another point. Why do we feel incompleteness? If we are also made complete, why are we feeling incompleteness? The situation is that we feel, all of us or many of us or the people around the world, they feel they are separate. They have their own life. I live my life, that's all. This is a very short, narrow vision, that I have lived my life, get some money, some arrangements, live it, and that's all. It ends. But it's not like that. Everything is connected. There were examples given in Srimad Bhagavatam, in Srila Prabhupada books, that food is given to the stomach and everything, all the parts of the body, they get nourished. Similarly, Supreme Lord, if we serve, everyone gets happy, becomes happy. See, this is a stomach there and this is Supreme Lord. How does it relate? Many times I was not able to correlate this. Is it like this only? I serve and it's all done? How is this? But slowly it came to, and I came to understand that everything in this world is connected. Like in this story, we are reading the story of not this human history. I mean, the history on this earth. We are reading history of somewhere else also. How is this also connects to us? So we may have answer that three modes of material nature are working everywhere. So these are also undergoing three modes of material nature. People above also, and there also, everywhere it's working like this. So there it happens. So it is history. So history is there. So it happens here also. If we learn, then we understand. This is also one answer. Yes, this is also there. And in my due course of experience, I learned that we are working on a certain level, then we have certain upper level, then the certain upper level. I learned in Srimad Bhagavatam, Hiranyakashipu becomes enraged that Devatas are making plans against him. They are on a different plane, different loka, and he is on a different place, and he is making plan. How does this affect him? Yeah, it affects. So there are different levels, and it's like we are in a certain place, and some decisions are made in New Delhi by group of ministers. So is it going to impact us? Yes, it impacts us. Although it's not seen, it's not very much related. If we don't know, it's not very much related. But when those policies would come, those impacts will come, slowly it will impact us. In history, I learned that there were revolutions and people overturned the power. So sometimes people do some things on the ground and they think the power will be overturned. Many times they are successful, many times they are not successful. In Srimad Bhagavatam we see sometimes the demons, they come together and they will attack demigods and they'll try to overturn the power and then take the power. So all those things are related? Yeah, they are related. We need to know. It's not that we can live in an isolated way. We just remain ignorant and we'll be happy. All these things are so much, very much related. In Bhagavad Gita, there is the verse that by the cooperation of the demigods and the people on the earth, there will be prosperity. So many times one may think, I live my life and that's it. What's there? The question is, I live my life, I am happy, But if I do something wrong to someone else, why do I become unhappy? I should not be becoming unhappy. I'm good. I took what I had to take. I got what I wanted. So if I do some harm to others, but still I become unhappy, what's the problem? He becomes unhappy, so I should be happy. Anyways, my goal was to become happy. Anyone becomes happy, what's the point? But I also become unhappy. So slowly, more and more, as we understand more and more in Krishna consciousness, we understand that we are not the only living beings in this world, and we are not independent in ourselves. Things are happening in coordination. There is some superior agent, and all things are related. I do one thing, then it has impact somewhere else also. It's not that I only do and I'm only impacted. I do something, someone else also gets impacted at the same time. So if I think I need to worry about myself only, and this kind of selfish thing will help me live peacefully and happily, that is not going to happen. We have to learn more about our existence, more about the existence of others also, more about the existence of how it has been arranged, and about the existence of the Supreme Lord. Again, I have one question. I have one question for you. The Supreme Lord told Arjuna that you fight. My wish is that you fight. Then at the end, Arjuna said, I will do as you say. And then Lord Krishna tells that if you wish, you do. If you don't wish, you don't do. Question is, if Arjuna would not have fought, what would have happened? Would the Lord become successful in overthrowing Duryodhana and the party? Would this have happened? It's for sure. In the 11th chapter, Lord told that even if he already shown Arjuna that all the warriors are going into his mouth and they are getting killed. So already things are destined. The plans of the Lord are fixed. The way it is going to happen may differ. Someone may be worrying too much, someone may be relaxed, someone. So at different level, different things are happening. The people at the top, if they are fixed in their positions, then down something happens, it does not, they may do this thing, that thing, but the result will be what the top people will be already deciding. And so these layers by layers, it's working. It's not independent. It's okay, my life impacts someone, but again, these all impacts is also being governed at some higher level also. Then this all impact is governed at some higher level also. And the higher and higher. The supreme position is of the Supreme Lord. So whatever he has decided, so it will happen. If you want to become happy, so what he has decided, if we get to know, that would be the best. So our desire, if our desires match with the Supreme Lord, then it will be very nice. So example is given that my body is there, hand is there. The hand automatically works according to the needs of the body. If someone is attacking, the hand does not have to be told that you protect. It just works so automatically. Wow. No, it's so perfect coordination. It's part of the body and it's working automatically. So it's a similar example is given that we are also parts and parcels of the Lord. So what's the Lord's desire? So we should all automatically get aligned to that. But it's not happening. And because it's not happening, we become unhappy. That's the problem. Why it's not happening? So that has been explained, that we need to surrender. That if we really want to become happy, so we need to surrender. But the problem is, it looks like very easy. We need to surrender unto me. It looks like very easy, but there is so much into it. What all to surrender? We have got so many powers Lord has given to us. He has given the power of speech, saying this, that, so much. The mind is there, intelligence is there, so much function of the mind is there, so much intelligence is also working. The ego is also working. All these have to become aligned. The body has to become aligned according to the, so many things have to become aligned. And if we go one by one, it will become very difficult. And the complete balance of all these things have to be also aligned. So much work. So it's not so easy to just say surrender and it will. So much work is inside. The emotions are there. Then many things are there, and their combinations. Sometimes this and that, and so much knowledge is there from the shastras. What knowledge, what time to be applied, what intelligence to applied, what not, how it will work out. So for this we require the mercy of the Supreme Lord. This whole proper combination happens, and what exactly has to be done, that requires the mercy of the Lord. In what proportion, what balance, what is this, what is that, how much this, how much that, and how to get it will get executed. And so that requires the mercy of the Supreme Lord. When that mercy is there, then we feel connection, and then there is that completeness. Otherwise there will be dissatisfaction. Well, dissatisfaction, I don't have this, then there will be dissatisfaction. Something more is there, then dissatisfaction. Something less is there, then dissatisfaction is there. More is there, then another kind of dissatisfaction. Less is there, another kind of dissatisfaction. More heat is there, the cold will be required. More cold is there, heat will be required. So in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord tells it has to be just in the right balance, proportion, and equilibrium. And regarding Vairagya also, it has been told like that it has to be yukta, balanced kind of thing. Then that will help in devotional service. Otherwise, if the balance is not there, one thing, if we aspire for one thing more, if we become one-sided, the problem is the general tendency of the mind is to become one-sided. I need this, then I ignore this. I don't need this. The general tendency of the mind is this. I want this, then I ignore this factor. Heat is more, then I need more and more heat only. Sense gratification is like this. Whatever we like to go more and more into that. But that is what is required to be balanced. How much is required? That much only. And it will depend person to person. So if it is applied properly, then that will constitute dharma. In this case, there are so many rules given. If too much impetus is there on the rules, if there are no rules, mind works like this. I want no rules. And sometimes rules are helping, so I need more rules. So both of them are a problem. So, that is called as niyamagraha. The right proportion is that need appropriate rules according to our situation, and work that will satisfy the Supreme Lord. Sometimes externals may satisfy, sometimes internals may satisfy. Many times internals would satisfy. Sometimes externals are also important. Like in this vrata, many external kind of things are told. But now, as we begin this chapter, the internals are coming. Many externals have been told so that the Vaishnava behavior is ensured. And now the internals are coming. That you just perform this vrata thinking that I don't want anything. So although the person is full of desires, but the vrata is educating like that I don't want anything. You are the Supreme Lord. I am just worshipping that because you are the Supreme. It's not of any that I want material, some desires. So that is how the change is happening. By worshipping the Supreme Lord, the change is happening like this. First one comes with all kinds of desires. Then when we worship the Supreme Lord, the Lord fulfills his desires. Then he becomes very happy. Then he thinks, why I am wanting to take so much from the Lord? Better I should give something to the Lord. And this taking business converts into giving business. Now one understands, by taking I am not going to be happy. But by giving, I am going to become happy. And who is supplying the things to be given? Then he understands. The Supreme Lord himself is arranging all the things for what has to be given. So this interaction between the Lord and the devotee is so satisfying to the Lord. Suppose the man is working like this. He is wanting to make a robot. Why? Because he made some machine, then he had to instruct, write programs and do many things and give some keys. What would be, it would be so nice if the machine automatically understands what I want. Then he does some more intelligence, giving artificial intelligence to the machines. Now the machines can work accordingly. Now what he thinks by certain actions he can. Now he will be more happy if the servant is able to understand what he wants without being told by the mood. It's just like the lordship. He wants to experience how the Lord. But for the Lord it's so natural. For the humans, it's not so natural to become the Lord. So it's so much exciting. If something like this comes, how very nice. By merely thinking it will happen. By merely wishing it, things will go amazing. So if someone is like that, some person is like that he understands what I want. And he does what I want before being told also. How much energy I would feel. He does something and I feel so much ecstatic. Wow. And I want something, he does something. Oh, wow. It's not, is it not? Yeah, it's so much, it will be so much exciting. And I'll feel, yeah, it's nice. So sometimes in the scriptures it's written that one has to become instrument. So we become like machine. The Lord, we execute just what the Lord tells. It's not just that. Yeah, it's something like that, but it's not just that. The Lord has made us independent beings also. By our own free will, we want to serve the Lord. With that kind of interaction will satisfy the Lord. So like mother and child. The child does nothing, the mother does everything for the child. This is also one kind of interaction. The Lord is ready for that also. You just cry, oh my Lord, please help me, and the Lord does everything. He is ready for that. Then the child does something and the mother does nothing. That also is there. And mother is also happy. That completeness child is also feeling and the mother is also feeling. The exchange of emotions are so nicely going on. Both are feeling that the accomplishments of the child are the accomplishments of the mother. Similarly, the Lord also feels the accomplishment of the devotee is my accomplishment. He glorifies the devotee. He gives the opportunities, all the arrangements. And the devotee does it and feels I did it. Although he knows that Lord has only arranged all the everything. And the interaction is complete. This is the exchange of mellow. So it can be this end or that end, or it can be in between also. It depends on the relationship and the give and take, what's going on between the two parties in those relationships, between the Lord and the devotee. The Lord may do something and he may want the devotee should do everything. He may want like that. And the devotee understands also. Sometimes the Lord desires that the devotee goes against me, so called. Like in the case of Kaikeyi. And the Lord is satisfied also. And the devotee understands also that I have to go against him and make certain situations satisfy the Lord in a certain way. Sometimes it's very internal, sometimes it can be very external, sometimes it can be in between. And all these possible combinations are there, depending on the relationship of the Lord and the devotee. Or between two persons, it works similarly. So this completeness will be achieved how the relationship is made. And that is how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains that first time he tells Varnashrama would be there. No, this is also external. Then he tells Sarva Dharman Parityaja is there, Jnani Prayasam, all these are there. Then the relationship between the Lord and the devotees in the five rasas. And then increasing mellow. and that satisfies the Lord the most. So this knowledge of relationship satisfies the Lord the most, and it makes us satisfied also. As the Lord gets satisfied, we also get satisfied. So with these few words, I, I, I try to, I'm trying to explain whatever I could understand from this verse. And today we have got some Vaishnava. We have a Vaishnava tithi. So some words on that also I have to speak. So today is Lord Balram Rasyatra. So we have read in Krishna book that Lord Balram came to Vrindavan for 2 months, and he came on behalf of Krishna to pacify the residents of Vrindavan. So Krishna sent previously, he was sending many people to satisfy the residents of Vrindavan who were in separation. So Lord Balaram came for 2 months, he stayed in Vrindavan, and he satisfied the gopis. There are different set of gopis to Lord Balaram who want conjugal relationship with Lord Balaram. And when he came in the springtime for 2 months, and that is being celebrated as Lord Balaram Ras Yatra, the pastimes, Ras Leela pastimes of Lord Balaram. Today also Lord Sri Krishna Basant Ras. So as there is Ras Leela, there is conjugal pastimes, dancing with the gopis. During Kartik, on the day Kartik begins, there is some kheer we offer, and then that is celebrated. For the Lord it's given. So similarly, at this time also, this same festival is there. But in this time, in this festival, everyone wears yellow dress. It's a springtime. So that is the difference, but otherwise the mood is the same. And today is also the appearance day of Sri Vansivadan Thakur. Sri Vansivadan Thakur, also known as Vansidas or Vansivadan Thakur. There are 5 names actually. Vansivadananda, Vansivadan, Vansidas, Vansivadan, Vadanananda. So there are 5 names. So from Gaur Ganodesh Deepika, we know that Vansivadan Thakur, he is incarnation of Vansi, of the Lord. And he appears in Gaurang Mahaprabhu Leela as Vansivadan Thakur. So Vansivadan Thakur, he was, when he took birth, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, Advaita Acharya was there in his house. And later when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went and took sannyas, he was serving Lakshmi Priya. Lakshmi Priya Mataji, he was serving, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave his deity. So that deity was being worshipped by Vansivadan Thakur. And his story is also given. He composed many Vaishnava songs. There is Kulia Gram, Navdvip, when we go to Mayapur, on this side of Mayapur, I mean, we cross the river and come to Mayapur from Navdvip. So that side, Navdvip side, that place is Kuliagram. And earlier it was Kola Dvip. It is Kola Dvip, and there is some pahar, I mean some mountain is there, Kulia mountain they say, that relates to Kola Avatar, I mean boar incarnation, and that's how the name has come. And Mahaprabhu was being worshipped as the deity of Mahaprabhu was given to Vishnu Priya Devi, and she was worshipping. And because Vansivadan Thakur was taking care of Vishnu Priya Devi when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, so he got that deity and he was worshipping that deity. So he has written many Vaishnava songs. And he was present when Srinivas Acharya, when he came at the house of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is also mentioned, that he was there. That is mentioned in Bhakti Ratnakar, that Srinivas Acharya came to the house and he embraced him and welcomed him. And he was worshipping the deity of Pran Ballabha. Later, he established the worship of Mahaprabhu deity. He also worshipped Gopinath deity of his forefathers. So his descendants had come, he has come from Bilbgram. So later he went to Bilbgram. Okay. And today is also appearance day of Sri Shyamanand Prabhu. So we know Shyamanand Prabhu is a disciple of Hridaya Chaitanya, and he established Radha Shyam Sundar in Vrindavan. When we go in Vrindavan, there is Radha Damodar Mandir and there is Radha Shyam Sundar Mandir. So Shyamanand Prabhu, he used to clean the kunja, and once it so happened, he was doing this menial service every day. Once it so happened, he found one nupur, and the nupur was very brilliant and extraordinary. And then Srimati Radharani missed that nupur, and Shyamanand Prabhu, till that point he was not known as Shyamanand Prabhu. He was known as Dukhi Krishna Das. Then Lalita and Vishakha sent by Srimati Radharani that find out the nupur where it is. So they went and asked Shyamanand Prabhu that this nupur belongs to a certain old lady. So Shyamanand Prabhu said that bring that old lady, I have one nupur, then certainly the other part must be with her. If I give this nupur to somebody, then the original person comes, then he claims, what will I do? So bring that person, that old lady. So Radharani herself came, and he got the mercy of Srimati Radharani. He felt the feet of Srimati Radharani. The other part of the other nupur was there in the other feet, and then he got the mercy. Then his tilak was also changed by Srimati Radharani, and that also became a controversy, and that was resolved later. So Shyamanand Prabhu, he was then ordered. He was in Vrindavan under Jeev Goswami. He was taking training. Then he was sent to Orissa for preaching. So, and with Rasikanand Prabhu, his disciple, they preached in Orissa very profusely, and Krishna conscious. We see Ashtpraharis and 24 hours Kirtan, all those are very much going on in different villages of Orissa. Even if they don't know much about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and other things, but this has become part of their culture because of Shyamanand Prabhu, Rasikanand Prabhu's preaching. So at this point I'd like to stop. I'll thank you all for your patient listening, tolerating, and if there are any questions, comment, please do tell. Especially I liked His Grace Vansipadan Prabhu and other senior devotees also to give some feedback or some suggestions, comments, please. Hare Krishna. Yeah.
To be asked, because it seems Lord has inspired you to not keep, so I should become satisfied with that, and I deeply appreciate this unique instrument thing which you spoke, that Lord wants, even instrument has a free will to please the Lord. So I am very grateful for sharing that. I hope it is revealed to you by Vedvyas today, as you said in the beginning of class, or you prepared for it. I don't know. So, but whatever it is, it was very nice. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.